Yeah, Stephanie, all the senators I've spoken to this morning were caught off guard by this. Some of them are trying to cast it in positive terms, that this is a case where maybe the president will have somebody in that role of Secretary of State that is so important, who he actually trusts and who he actually agrees with on some of these big foreign policy issues. And that was the thrust of what Lindsey Graham told me a few minutes ago. Take a listen.
Well, I appreciate Rex's service to the country. Pompeo is a great choice. The primary job of the Secretary of State is to be able to execute policy and to explain policy to the world in terms of what the president's thinking. Nobody's closer to President Trump than Mike Pompeo, so in that regard, I think he'll be very effective.
Secretary Tillerson had, it seemed, a much more muscular stance on Russia than the president did. How much of a factor do you think that might have been in this decision?
I don't think Mike Pompeo's taken a back seat to anyone when it comes to Russia. Mike is very clear that Russians interfered in our elections and that the Russians are a bad actor. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Pompeo seems to be closer to Trump, and he wants somebody I think he feels closer to.
It's two top-level cabinet officials out in a week. How much does that concern you about just the stability of the people advising the president?
Well, I think Pompeo's a good choice.
Senator Inhofe? A word about the departure. So, Stephanie, you get the idea here. Regardless of the question I wanted to ask, Graham wanted to talk about Pompeo as a good fit for the Secretary of State role. Remember, Pompeo will have to get confirmed for that job. He's going to have to go back through the Senate confirmation process up here, and senators are going to have